Listen to that evil shit. Oh, it makes my head hurt. What is up, dope heads? It's Big Daddy Dope. You know, today I'm going crazy. I'm snowed in the house. Dopetopia ain't supposed to get snow. It don't ever get snow. And today we got snow. We got snow yesterday, and I'm going crazy. Crazy. In a bad way. Can't get out, get no comics, but I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got a cornucopia of pop culture shit to show you today. I've got unboxings. I've got my latest pickups. I've got modern books. I've got some LB Code pre-code horror, beautiful covers that CGC graded to show today. I've got a bunch of stuff today, and none of it has nothing to do with nothing else. So, all we can do is really just start at the beginning and get to everything and see what we can find, see what's going on out there in the world. You know what I mean? Today, I woke up this morning, I said, I'm just going to go live, and I ain't going to invite nobody on. I'm just going to talk to the people, the chats, and they'll determine how long I'm on there. And I thought, what I need to do this morning, I can't be doing haunted shit all the time. I can't be doing horror and evil stuff all the time. You know what I need? I need to watch some movies today. What do I need to watch? I watched Back to the Future. Back to the Future was good, man. It's really the perfect movie. I've watched it ever since I was 8 years old, 1985. And if you watch it today, it's still got Easter eggs in it. It's still got depth. It's still got thought put into it. It was really a good movie. The way it was laid out, 1 was a perfect movie, 2 was entertaining, and 3 was just good. But man, 1 was really good. I mean, you think about all the little Easter eggs, and it just blows your mind. After all these years, I'm still finding Easter eggs. Like when he goes into I don't know if anybody's ever noticed or watched it enough, but when Marty goes in there to meet Doc at like 1:15 in the morning at the mall, he's skateboarding and it's nighttime, and it says like it's 1:45, I think, in the morning, and it says Twin Pines Mall outside the mall. And when it says Twin Pines Mall, later on, Marty's getting shot at by them, them terrorists. He takes off flying and he goes back to 1955, where the mall used to be, and now it's like a damn, it's basically just a pine farm, and he takes out a tree in front of the farmer's house. Well, when at the end of the movie, when he comes back to, meet Doc again, it's not called Twin Pines no more. It's called like Single Pines, because he took down one of the pine trees. Just little crap like that always blows my mind. So much stuff going on. If you ever watch any Back to the Future. Love Back to the Future. When I want to get away from horror for a while, Back to the Future. So today I was going to watch Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3 because I'm going crazy, because I'm snowed in. Brother Jacob clocked in here. What is up, Brother Jacob? Brother Jacob, what are you up to? And I love Disney and comics. What is going on? I love Disney and comics. Did you get any snow? I love Disney and comics. If you did get snow, how much snow did you get? It's driving me batty. I'm snowed in the house. I'm coming on here just hanging out with people and talking crap, watching, Back to the Future marathons and football games tonight, and trying to survive till I can get out of this house. I don't know how I'm going to get my comic books Wednesday, but I'm going to do it. But I thought I'd show y'all the cornucopia of pop culture, things that I picked up here lately. Got all kinds of things I picked up. Let's see here. I love Back to the Future. I'm in Ohio near Dayton. Barely got anything, man. Why's the South getting all of this snow when y'all ain't getting up there in Ohio? Ohio's supposed to be used to getting snow. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing I picked up this week was this badass. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that head on fire. You hardly ever find any cool Ghost Rider toys. This is a cool one. His head's clear. Makes his eyes kind of glow when you put a light behind it. Hardly ever see any good Ghost Rider toys. This is a good one. This is one of my favorite ones I've seen in a long time. Very detailed. I think they don't make many Ghost Rider toys. One, because Ghost Rider's not that popular. And second is because I think if you make a Ghost Rider toy, they expect a bike. And you know, I would like to have a bike, but it don't have to come with a bike to be cool. But I really like this one a lot. Glad to have it in the collection. I love Ghost Rider. I love any kind of toys I can find of them. This was the first thing I picked up this week. Picked up many, many more things. Got a lot of mail because I couldn't go out because I've been snowed in. So I will show you some more stuff I got this week. Which put that Ghost Rider right up there. What about that? I was sitting around. I was wanting to read some books, and I had a big stack of books pulled out. And this thing I got at Ollie's a long time ago. I'm a big Mad Max fan. This is the Vertigo years. And it's a hardback book. And I thought, this is a good thing to read when you're snowed in and going crazy. So I thought I'd pull this out and read it. And to my disgust, I mean, it's cool and everything. I only gave $5 for it at Ollie's. But there's no writing in it. I thought it was the comics, but it's just the artwork. And it's got some cool artwork in it, but it's just artwork. So I guess it's the Vertigo artwork throughout the years of all the cool stuff they did. And it's got cool stuff in it. I mean, look at that. Beautiful stuff like that. What else they got in here? They got you can tell they had a lot of different artists to work on this book. But if I'd have known it was just art, I probably wouldn't have bought it. Because I'm usually all about the story. And art is meaning less and less and less to me these days. And stories are meaning more and more and more to me. But the artwork's really good. A lot of it is. Oh, there's a good one. I love Mad Max. The new Mad Max movie's coming out this year. So I can't wait for that. Planet of the Apes comes out this year. Can't wait for that. So there's Furiosa. That's the movie coming out with her on it this year. Can't wait for that. Cool stuff, cool stuff. What can I say? But I was kind of bummed about that. So that will not be entering the old personal collection. So, I got questions I got to answer today. I've got what I'm reading today. I've got pickups. I've got some AOKs back here I got to show. I've got my worst read of the week. I've got a couple AOKs back here. Let's see. What do we want to show next? What about the worst thing I read this week? Worst thing I read this week. So many people were talking about this. This is Action Comics 1061, which is, they've retitled up here. And they've retitled it Superman All-Stars. And this is written by Jason Aaron. And everybody was so excited about this book coming out. And I found it to be pretty much garbage. The reason I found it to be garbage is not because the story was that bad, but the story's already been told. If you're reading the original Superman run, just Superman, it just started like last year. There's a guy named Parasite, and he shows up on Earth, and everybody gets infected by the parasite. Lois Lane gets infected by parasite, and Superman gets affected at the end of the issue by parasite, and they all become parasites. Well, this one, Bizarro shows up. And at the end of it, Lois Lane becomes a Bizarro. And Superman becomes a Bizarro. This shit's already been done. Trash. I've read that story before, Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron's got some good stuff, but he's also got some shitty shit. When he really misses, he's straight up dumpster juice. I loved his original Punisher run, 1 through 22 of the Marvel Max back in the day. Got it right here beside me. It's golden, pony boy. It's golden. But his second Punisher, straight up dumpster juice. I mean, he's in charge of the hand. He's a ninja all of a sudden. They flipped over. They got rid of his logo on his chest. Straight up dumpster juice. What else did I like Jason Aaron did? Jason Aaron, he did I liked the Southern Bastards. That was really good. I could relate to a lot of that because I am a Southern bastard. So I could relate to all that, understood all the stories, really hit close to home on a lot of that stuff. Really liked that. His Conan run was really good. He did 12 issues of Conan a couple years ago. I think it's about 2020. It was really good. But his Hulk sucked. And that right there was a straight up dumpster juice. So what can I say? Jacob Bronkowski, what do you got to say? You got to say, yeah, I got, hey, you can see that name right there again, Robbie. Robbie Reyes. You're going to see that name again today. Trust me on that. Here is Evil Comics. What is up? Hey, dope. What's going on? What's shaking bacon? We got Mastodon Comics. What's going on, Mastodon? Going through some books, talking some stuff. What do we want to show now? Let's just show one AOK I got out of the mail this week. I got this right here. Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne, Trick or Treat. My boy Abyss sent me this. This is a story about a teenager that becomes obsessed with heavy metal and evil music. He goes obsessed over this certain artist. This certain artist makes a record and dies before he could get the record out. There's only one copy of it. If you play it backwards, demons appear and all this stuff. It's crazy. I haven't watched it yet. I'm snowed in. I might have to watch some Trick or Treat. I don't know. That'll be coming up. But thank you, my boy Abyss, for that. And let's just answer a question. We got 3 questions this week. We got 1 versus question and 2 regular questions off IG. I don't know which one to answer first, but let's just go with the obvious one here. Spring Fling 1986. Sounds like there's about a 50-year-old cougar in the chat. Or maybe it's a weird guy that can't forget about his spring fling that he had in Panama City in 1986. That'd make him about, I don't know, 55 years old. Move along, bro. Just move along. Them times are gone. You're an old man now. Your back hurts. All this stuff. It's the way it is. Just read comics and wish you was back in spring fling of 1986, Panama City. You're probably on MTV and Dancing in Club MTV and all that crap. But anyway, spring fling 1986 is WTH. Peter Dinklage as Toxic Avenger? And then it's a question mark. Yeah, Peter's playing Toxic Avenger. Y'all know I love Toxic Avenger. He would have been my second pick. My first pick, if you're going to go with a little person, why not Beetlejuice off the Howard Stern show? He would have been a perfect one to play Toxic Avenger. And I would let him ad-lib a lot of parts. You never knew what he was going to say. So you could let Beetlejuice do 2 or 3 cuts and use the best one for each scene, because it would probably be wild. I would get into that. So if Peter Dinklage don't work out, we'll just roll with Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show as Toxic Avenger. But I believe the movie's already done. It's my number 1 movie I want to see in 2024. I also want to see the ones I've already talked about, which is Furiosa, Mad Max and the Thunderdome series, or Mad Max series. And I want to see Planet of the Apes for sure. That's the ones I really want to see. So, oh man, good storytelling when you retell the same thing. Yeah, that's, you got to be talking about that as a Superman book. I mean, they just switched out the character and they just wrote that other story like a year ago under the Superman title, and now they're redoing the dang thing again with Bizarro underneath the Action Comics title, which the second one might be totally different. I don't know, but I felt like I've read that book before, and I don't like to read the same old predictable stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, Mastodon, you are right. Southern Bastards is great. Yeah, I kind of wish you'd continue the story. In some ways, I think he went too far with the story. It was really good and really great, especially at first. I loved issue 11. If you remember that story, that's the one where the kid went to the Southern church and got bit by the snake. And they had somebody. Yeah, that's a good one, if you remember that one. Had the girls naked on the pontoon boat. That's just the way we live here in the South. Shit like that, man. I mean, that's just normal stuff. You know what I'm saying? HAQ, what is going on? What up, HAQ? Glad you around here doing your thing. Love that movie, Trick or Treat. Recently bought it on soundtrack on iTunes. I haven't seen it yet. Abyss was telling me it's great. So what better time to do than to watch it? You know what I'm saying? We got Ram Faust in the house. He's a big old, he collects a lot of stuff, but me and him, the main thing we have in common is he's working on his Amazing Spider-Man run, kicking it like he always does. I've thought about that before, Disney. Sloth from the Goonies would be a great Toxic Avenger. Beetlejuice don't work out. That Sloth would be another good one. He reminds me a lot of Toxic Avenger. So I just want a good Toxic Avenger movie. And what I mean by good is one just like the original that came out. The original movie that came out of Toxic Avenger, it's got titties in it. It offends people. It's gruesome. I don't know another movie that came out in the mid-'80s that It only cost $500,000 to make, and we're still talking about it all these years later. 50 years later, 45 years later, whatever it is, we're still talking about this movie that is amazing. And it's made for $500,000. And now Disney can't make a damn Star Wars movie worth of shit with $2 billion. But for $500,000, Toxic Avenger still talked about to this day. It's put out by Trauma. Trauma puts out good stuff. Trauma is making the new movie. So maybe they'll keep a lot of that Trauma feel. I doubt they're going to offend as many people. I doubt they're going to show as many boobs. But we can only hope. That's all we can do. Just hope. I like stuff like that. So let's just see where it goes. And we'll see who all gets offended. Because in today's time, people get offended. And they act like it's against the law to be offended. But it's not against the law to be offended. You're just offended. It's okay. You're offended. Calm down. I mean, well, you're not dying. You're offended. You can't call 911 every time you get offended. I'm offended. Well, grow up. I mean, I used to like people. I used to like to hang around people that did not believe the same way I believed. Because I didn't like people agreeing with everything I said. When you talk to somebody, you want somebody to tell you their honest opinion. And that's called, a conversation. And you don't want somebody just to hang out with you that agrees with everything you do and lies to you. Oh, yeah, that looks great. That looks great. Now, if it looks bad, tell me it looks bad. And I'll still probably wear it because I don't care about your opinion. But at least let me know where you really think about stuff. You know what I mean? It's okay to be offended. You know what I'm saying? Oh, me. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Is that the guy from the original? What is that? I don't know who that is. John Matuszak. Might be the guy from Trauma. Sounds familiar. What is up, Mortal Biggie? Shaq. We got dope heads. Yeah, I'm getting all the snowstorm. I'm going crazy. I'm stuck here. Freezing rain tonight. I'd rather have snow. You're right. We just got a ton of snow. We got 7 inches of snow. And here at Dopetopia, that's a lot. Nobody can drive. We're stuck in our houses. Good thing I got this cornucopia pop culture I got to go through because I've got AOKs. I've got to show y'all my back bend diving. I got to show you my modern stuff. I got some CGC, LB code, pre-code horror. I got stuff laying everywhere. I got an unboxing I got to do. It might be a long night or it might be short. I don't know. Depends on how tired I get. Oh, that's the guy who played Sloth in Goonies. Was he really crazy like that? Or was he a really damn good actor? I don't know which one it was. What is going on, Brian, the local comic stud? LCS Brian, the local comic stud. He's in South Carolina these days, and he's like me. He's down here in the South, and he's experiencing crazy stuff. What is up, Bleeker? What is going on? Yeah. Brian, the local comic stud, says 7 inches sounds like a good night. Well, my wife's never had 7 inches, so I don't know if she would think that's a good night or not. She probably would, but always she's getting about 7 inches if I hit her 3 times. So anyway, I don't know. But yo, what is up, K-pop? What is going on? Well, she's taking care of Brian. I don't know what's going on. Oh, me. Well, anyway, let me show some stuff. So I didn't have a lot of stuff to pick up in my box modern reads, except for that Action Comics that I've already thrown across the floor. And they were late getting me my Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon will be in my box next week, along with all my other good stuff. I got so much stuff coming out next week. Next week in my pull box, when I look on my phone, I have Superman 10. It's going to be in there. Deviant 3, Capwolf is ending next week. That makes me sad. The week after that, I've got Ghost Machine, the one shot. It comes out on the 24th. Dracula finishes up next 2 weeks from now on the 24th. And I'm still waiting on my Hulk 8. I don't know when Hulk 8 is going to come back out because they just put out the trade. So that's what's going on with that. Yeah, something's going on, man. We're not used to this. Y'all, Brian, and I know Macedon, y'all are close to Dopetopia, and it's just too fucking cold out there. It's killing me. I got football I can watch tonight, but it's killing me. 7 inches of snow. I don't know what to do. They closed down my work 2 days in a row. They're telling people not to get on the streets. We don't know what to do here in South Notopia. And there's Mad Spidey. What is going on, brother? Quick hello. I'm glad you stopped by. Go watch a real channel, Mad Spivey. I know it's a quick hello probably because you're going to some cool place to watch something cool. But anyway, oh, man, let's see. Heard a girl say she wanted snow for her wedding. No snow, but she got 2 inches on her honeymoon. 2 inches is about right. That's about right. That's all I'd be able to give her too. So, oh, me. Hey, I'm a DC fanboy. I love DC. DC is where it's at. I don't know why, but Marvel just can't bring it. But here lately this year, you know, I love the Hulk and I love the Ghost Rider. I used to love nothing but Hulk. That was the only Marvel I picked up. And then I discovered Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider from 2022. And I started reading Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider, and that led me, of course, that was the Johnny Blaze. Next thing you know, I'm off down the honey hole or rabbit hole or whatever you want to call it, and I've got to read everybody else. So now it's all about Danny Ketchum and Robbie Reyes, and there's Uncle Sal, which is a Ghost Rider from World War II, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. So looks like I'm gonna be reading a lot of Ghost Rider come this year. And speaking of Ghost Rider, wasn't a lot in my bin, so I picked up a lot of cool back bin reading. One of the things I picked up to read, this is the good chance. Let me tell you something, guys. When there's not a lot in your pull box that week, don't be discouraged. Go pick up some back bin. It's the best time to go find some old stuff to read. And old, I mean anything you haven't read. And one of the things I picked up was this Ghost Rider 1 Annual. And this one here, The Hood, Eternal Halloween. If you don't know, the Hood becomes Ghost Rider this year in 2024 in March. So you might want to go back and get this and give it a read, and it might lead you to some clues about how the Hood becomes Ghost Rider, because the Hood is the next Ghost Rider. So hopefully that'll be good. I like the Hood. And Brian, if you're still in here, you might like this. I sent Brian a Headless Horseman comic one day, and he lives up close to Sleepy Hollow when he lived in New York. But this is a Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and this is a Ghost Rider. So this is part 1. Looks pretty cool. I don't know how good it is, but we're going to read it and find out about the Legend of Sleepy Hollow Ghost Rider. And that is part 1. Here is part 2. As you can see, I want to give these a read and see what they're about. And then the last one in the series that I picked up, it's Ghost Rider right here. This is actually number, what is this, 9? This is actually number 10, but it's the third one in this arc. So we're going to give them a read and see what is up with the Sleepy Hollow Ghost Rider. See what's going on with that. Figured that'd be cool. Oh, Mad Spidey's at work. Working. I know all about that. I used to work before I got snowed in. Mastodon said Buffalo's getting hammered right now. Hey, but Buffalo's winning the football game right now. So last time I checked, there's about 20-0. Oh, no, I love Disney. My team's the Cowboys. Oh, I watched that yesterday. It looked like Jerry Jones turned around his chair and he said he's going to fire all of them. I love Disney. You might have a new coach for long. That's all I know. Let's see. I used to like, hey, Biggie, I love Punisher. I love the old Punisher before everything got all screwed up and they changed his logo and everybody went woke. But I don't read the new Punisher. I don't read it. You vote with your dollar. So I quit buying Punisher because everybody got offended by his logo, and it was a classic logo. I grew up with that logo, and now they took it away, and they try to make everything so unoffensive, and they need to realize that kids ain't the one buying the comic books. It's the 45-year-old men. So, you know, if you can make things unoffensive all you want and this and that, and you're not going to sell nothing, because you know what? Kids don't buy comic books. Adults buy comic books. And if you want me to buy your comic book, I'm going to need the old Punisher. I'm going to need some blood. I'm going to need some offensive shit in there. I'm going to need some titties. I'm going to need the old skull back. I'm going to need some stuff. I don't want no, politically correct Punisher. Let's see here. Yeah, you will have to check that out. Ghost Rider, Sleepy Hollow. There's another book I got in my stack over here, Local Comic Stud, that you'll recognize that I already sent you a copy of as A-OK. I'm sure you know what that is. I had to buy me another one. So you'll be seeing that tonight. I just got it this week. Oh, man. I liked Aaron's Punisher run. I liked Aaron's Conan run. I hated his Hulk run. I didn't read his Thor run. I'm sure it was bad. Like I said earlier, I love Southern Bastards. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Yeah, kids ain't buying them, man. I got 2 kids, and they're all about the video games. They don't really want physical copies of nothing. They don't even want a physical copy of a video game. Today everybody's buying music, and video games and everything they do. They don't want a physical copy of nothing, and it's sad because I used to love to get like albums and CDs and cassettes and open them up and read inside what's going on in the world today and see who this band's thinking and what kind of gear they're using and who they're on tour with. And today people don't care about physical copies of anything. But that's why you don't see DVDs lasting. That's why you don't see VHSs around. I mean, eBay's really, I don't know. That's the only place I can really get a lot of stuff that I like these days because all the junk stores and comic book stores are closing up and record stores are closing up and anything that's got media is, Blockbuster, they're all gone. So it's just the way it is. Here's another book I picked up this week. This is probably my favorite cover, and I can't wait to read this one. This is another Ghost Rider. My 2 favorite characters. We got old Ghost Rider choking out Hulk. Now, we know how this is going to end. Hulk's going to smash the shit out of Ghost Rider. I love Ghost Rider, but he's never beat up nobody. Every time I've seen Ghost Rider fight Hulk or Wolverine or Spider-Man or anybody, they all whip his ass. And that's fine. He's my hero. He don't have to win every fight. Hell, he don't have to win any of them, obviously. But, I saw this cover and I said, that's pretty badass right there. I'll have to pick that up and get the other one that goes with it, part 2. And as I'm looking to see if they had the other half of this, spoiler alert, I think we know how it ends now. As you can see, Ghost Rider got turned into dust. There's the Hulk walking away. So if you're doing some back bend diving, you probably don't need to see the second cover here until you've read this one, because it don't look like it turned out too good for my boy Johnny Blaze. So Johnny Blaze got toasted, it looks like. But still interested in reading it. And we were talking about Danny Ketch a while ago, and somebody brought up Robbie Reyes. What is up, KB? Somebody brought up Robbie Reyes. And I did find this too. So this is the first fried pie variant Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. And it seems kind of weird, Ghost Rider in a car. But it is what it is. I'm going to give it a read. It ain't as cool as Ghost Rider on a motorcycle, a chopper. And I don't think Danny Ketchens is cool on a ninja as, Johnny Blaze on a chopper. I think Ghost Rider needs to be on a chopper. But in today's world, I'll tell you what, I was sitting up last night, a couple nights ago, whenever it was. I was laying in my bed at 1 a.m, and I was thinking, you know what we don't got? We don't have a Ghost Rider yet on a jet ski. A jet ski is like the motorcycle of the water. So we need one for the country people. We need a jet ski in the river. Ghost Rider. People catch people fishing and catching 2 small fish, or people up here drinking on the river, and you got this Ghost Rider riding this jet ski and his head's on fire, and his name can be like, Earl Tubbs, and he's possessed by the spirit of vengeance. He did something wrong, and Earl Tubbs gets possessed by the spirit of vengeance, and he becomes Ghost Rider on a ski-doo. What the hell am I talking about? Oh me. There's a lot of music knowledge came from the internet. You're right, man. I think you're probably my age, and we still love to get stuff, including Mastodon, the band. I still love to get real hands-on music and read the inner stuff. So gotta have that. Oh man. It's a badass car. Well, we're gonna find out because I ain't read it yet. But I like a good car, but car just don't seem as good. I like watching him take off flying up the side of them buildings on that chopper and like the buildings on fire, like the rubber on the tires and all that. That's good stuff. Mastodon, yeah, Ghost Rider on a snowmobile. Well, yeah, we can have like a Alaskan Eskimo Ghost Rider. I want to see what it's all about. He's about chasing Yetis around and Wendigos in the Canadian bush. And Ghost Rider's coming for you. So Ghost Rider on a snowmobile. I'd check it out. Better be probably a 4-part series because I don't think many people's going to read it. But I'd read it. I'd check it out. See what it's all about. Truck driver Ghost Rider. He brings vengeance along with haulers on the highways. I'd read a truck. I mean, a big diesel seems like it'd be a truck rider. I grew up in one of my favorite movies of all time. And I sit around and think about it a lot of times. Stephen King movie. What is it? Where all the damn machines come back alive. I don't know why the damn name just escaped my mind. But anyway, I sit around and think about that movie all the time. Maximum Overdrive. And all these machines come back alive, and I lay in my bed at night and I'm thinking, what if the machines came back alive today? Every car's got a computer in it. Cars be alive, machines be alive, your microwaves alive, everything will be alive. So I would watch, I grew up idolizing that truck off Maximum Overdrive with the big toy face on the front, the big goblin face. Speaking of goblins and green goblins, let's get to one of the questions. It reminds me of one of these two questions here. Let's get to the other question first. DJ Fish off IG says he's a versus question. Hamburger Helper against the Pillsbury Doughboy. Now, I'm a big Hamburger Helper guy, but it's just a hand. The Hamburger Helper hand against the Pillsbury Doughboy, which is pretty weak. But the Hamburger Helper guy don't have no legs. If the Pillsbury Doughboy could get behind him, now he's got that grip. If the Hamburger Helper gets you in that grip, he's going to squeeze your guts out. And he's also got 5 things to punch you with. But if the Pillsbury Doughboy can run around and get behind the Hamburger Helper, he could probably beat his ass. He's going to be behind him. He can attack him. And your fingers don't bend backwards. So there's nothing that the Hamburger Helper could do if the Pillsbury Doughboy gets behind him. So if you're in a cage, what I would do if I was the Hamburger Helper is back up to the cage. That way, Pillsbury cannot get behind you. And then as he attacks, you can either punch, kick with your little 4 or 5 fingers, or grab and squeeze his guts out. So I'm going to go with the Hamburger Helper in this competition. The Hamburger Helper would beat the shit out of Pillsbury Doughboy. Oh, man. Maximum Overdrive, a favorite of mine. One of my favorite parts in Maximum Overdrive, I Love Disney, is when them kids are playing on playing baseball on the Little League field, and that damn road grader comes through that outside area, comes through that outfield fence, and it just mows that boy down. That was one of my favorite parts. It could have been a lot more gruesome movie, because you had lawnmowers running over people. You had a lot of other crazy shit going on. And if they ever come out with a Maximum Overdrive 2, please put me in it. I just want to be an extra somewhere. I'd love to be in that movie. So, what do we want to show now? Let me tell a story. So, since we're on a Ghost Rider, I'm collecting volume 1. It's 1 through 81. And I try to get 5 or 6 a week. If I can't get out, I go to my comic shop and I look for these. And it don't matter what number it is. I need all 81. And I'm all about the story. I'm not a condition snob, but it's all about the story. But the flip side is I like them used, but not abused. I love a good book that's been read a bunch. I love a complete book. I love a book that's got date stamps on it. I love a book that's got names on it. That's history to me. What I don't like is books that's been abused. And whenever you go on my comic shop, and you're looking at all of them. They show scans of the high dollar books and the high grades, but they don't the low grades. So whenever you pick a 3.0 or a 2.5 because it's a good value and you're getting it for $3, usually it does okay because I think they underscore them a little bit. They're usually a little bit better copies than what they say they're going to be. But every once in a while, you'll get an abused one. And what I don't like is like when Ghost Rider there, I don't know if it's picking up that well, but Ghost Rider has been wrote inside of. I don't like the header messed with, so this one don't count. I'm going to have to throw this one away and get another. I also don't like it whenever I've got Superman before and they black out his teeth or they give him a patch over his eye or, I don't like drawing on my books, man, especially with a Sharpie or something. This one's not as bad. I'm just using them as an excuse, but I still don't like Ghost Rider being filled in like that. So I will get a better copy of Ghost Rider 43, and this one don't make the collection. It can go over there with the Action Comics, but I like them used, but not abused. So be careful whenever you're ordering the low digit, or I shouldn't say low. Yeah, I guess low graded digits off of my comic shop because they don't have scanned-in images. And there's been multiple times that I've got them where the Wolfman's teeth are all blackened in, or Superman, like I said, has got an eye patch, or I don't like that stuff, man. It messes up the cover. I'm not a damn sourpuss of art, but I can't be having that shit. Come on, man. Oh, man. And you're right, Mastodon. Don't forget to hit that like button. Dude, I'm hurting over here. This is the Ghetto Channel. 2 years running, worst show on YouTube. We are hurting. So, this is the ramen noodles of all shows. This is punk rock. This is how we do it. There's no intro. There's no fixing nothing. I don't fix anything. If you go back and watch any of my videos, none of them's ever been fixed. What I say is what you get. There's lots of mistakes, but that's rock and roll. When you watch a band from my day and probably your day, you'll hear a rim shot on the drums, or you'll hear a guitar that's not tuned just right, but that's rock and roll, man. It's all about the energy. There ain't no redos. It's rock and roll. We're not reinventing the wheel here. It ain't perfect. We're not trying to make it perfect. We're punk rock. We're underground. What is this? YouTube. You know what I mean? We're underground, real far underground, because most people don't know we exist. I think we have 500 subs in 2 years. So, we are what we are. We got 400 more subs than I thought we'd ever have. I thought we would have about 100 people on this channel. And if I ever got to 100, I thought, man, that's all I need. If I could get 100 people just like me to watch this channel, we could talk comics. We could talk horror all day long, VHS, movies, anything pop culture, and I'd be happy. Somehow we got 500 people to subscribe to this channel. So it is what it is. So it's more than I thought. I'm not bitching about it. Oh, me. I have when they draw the mustache and beard on the covers. Yeah, I just can't. That's my pet peeve. You know what I mean? If you put your name on there or a stamp saying it was yours, that's cool to me, man. It means you cared about your comics. If you put tape on the spine, trying to preserve it, that's cool to me. You want to keep it all together because you've read it 150 times. But don't be drawing on it with a Sharpie. Come on, man. Oh, me. Let's see. Let's open up this, see what we got here. Speaking of my comic shop, I pre-opened this. But this is as far as I've gotten. So, let's see if I can open this. I'm going to use my knife here. As you can see, my knife is a pen, my Hulk wand. This right here came in the mail. And besides Ghost Rider right now, I'm working on my Tomb of Dracula collection. Going to finish up that run this year. Still saving for my Hulk 1, my big book. And the other thing I'm working on, I call The 27, which is the original Rampaging Hulk magazines. And I got a good deal on 2 of the magazines. So I am 3 away from having the full run of these Hulk magazines. 27 of them. And if you're a Hulk fan and you don't have this 27, I don't know what to tell you. These are the shit if you're a Hulk fan. These have adult stories in them. They don't care who they offend. Hell, I got one, number 27. Let's see. I think it's number 23, where Bruce Banner almost gets raped in the shower at the YMCA by some dudes. So I mean, it's crazy stories like that. We got prostitutes in them. They've got all kinds of stuff. And they got away from the Comic Book Authority by printing in magazine form. So they don't have to apply to Comic Book Authority when they do it in the magazine form. So this is for more of adults. The artwork's great in these. There's always about 4 stories in these, and they're amazing. So I've only got 2 or 3 more, and I'll be finished with the run. This is number 20. See how beautiful they are. This one here, look at that. From the same people. I mean, reminds me a lot of the Conan magazines. Thunder of Dawn. You can see it's beautiful. And let me open up one. I don't know what's in here, just like you don't know what's in here. So we'll find out what's in here together. What about that? See what's in here. They always got beautiful art, though. It's amazing. They always got great stories. So this one, we got a Beatles thing in here. The Beatles. But they got multiple stories. They got cool stuff in here. The Leader, Robot. This one's got a lot of posters in it. You can hang in your room. So, really cool stuff. What else do we got? We always got stories. A lot of them have big giant splash pages, and I was wanting to show y'all a giant splash page. A lot of them's in black and white, which is really cool. Some's in color. So, really cool stuff. This one has a wraparound. See if I can do this. But I love these books. And like I said, they're a lot more adult oriented than the regular comic book. So they get away with things that the comic book can't. And they get away with stuff now that the comic books wouldn't even think about doing. So if you want to read a more adult Hulk, and the black and white ones are my favorite. So there you go. You got 2 of these that came in the mail today or yesterday or whenever, since the last time I've showed you anyway. So let's get caught up down here. It's Cali Comics. Hey, what is going on? Oh, man. Hulk magazines are great. There's 27 of them. I own 24 right now. I'm needing number 13, and I'm needing the one that's actually got Lou Ferrigno on the cover. It's high because a lot of people like to get that one autographed at conventions. Yeah, half of them are black and white, kind of like the old Conan, and some of them are color. You never know what you're going to get. So they're all different. Some's got color. Some stories are in black and white, and some stories are in color. They're really good. Lots of reading in them. So if you like reading, really good stuff. Yeah, most bags are black and white, and I prefer the black and white ones. All right, let's see here. Let's answer another question. We got the last question of the day. Mrs. Cinnamon. Now, I don't know if this is Mrs. Cinnamon from Fort Campbell Boulevard that works at the Eager Beaver, but I used to know a dancer at the Eager Beaver named Mrs. Cinnamon. She's a redheaded dancer. If this is you, Mrs. Cinnamon, give me a call. But anyway, she says, who would you want to see play a Spider-Man villain? Well, I had to think about it for a minute because I love Spider-Man villains. And I like a lot of C and D class villains. I like the ones that don't get no love. And there's a Spider-Man villain that first appeared in Daredevil, but he's known as a Spider-Man villain. He gets no love. He can jump 6 stories. He robs banks. No, it's not Kangaroo. This guy is amazing. He was started out being called Leapfrog. Leapfrog loved to rob banks. His name was Leapfrog. And I don't know if it's Leapfrog Toys the come out with the board games or whatever, or what was going on, but they ended up changing his name to Frogman. And I want to see Leapfrog played by Flavor Flav. So in my movie I made up in my head, Flavor Flav is a janitor at he's a janitor, and he's at Spider-Man's high school, and he's a janitor, and all the kids are making fun of him, and they're calling him a loser because he's a janitor, and they're real mean to him. Peter Parker's the only guy that's nice to him. Peter Parker's always talking to him, and he's the only guy nice to him, and they like each other. And one day, the janitor decides he ain't going to be a janitor no more. He gets this Leapfrog costume made, and he starts robbing banks. And he don't know that his best buddy from high school is Peter Parker, and Peter Parker don't know that he's Leapfrog. And one day he catches Flavor Flav in the alleyway. Well, not Flavor Flav. He catches Leapfrog. Leapfrog has nowhere to go, and he shoots himself in the head and kills himself. Gruesome, I know, but Peter Parker runs over there, takes the damn mask off, and it's Flavor Flav / his best buddy from school, the old janitor. And he can't believe that he just shot himself right in front of Peter Parker. But that's what I want. I want Peter Parker to be, I want Flavor Flav to be Leapfrog. And they'll have to do each take about 12 times and let him ad-lib, because he's going to make the movie. Let him ad-lib his parts, kind of give him just a basic thing, and let him run with it. And then just take the best part and let him ad-lib with it. So it's going to be a kind of crazy movie with Flavor Flav as the bad guy. But yeah, that's what I want. Flavor Flav as Leapfrog / Frogman. Because he went on to become Frogman. And that'd be a dumb movie. But it's right up my alleyway. I don't know how many people would like Spider-Man versus Frogman. But with him being a janitor and decide this is no life, I need better than this, I'm going to rob banks in this damn frog outfit, I'd pay to see it. I didn't pay to see the other Spider-Man movies, but I'd pay to see that one. So if that answers your question, Miss Cinnamon, probably from the Eager Beaver, let me know. Fort Campbell Boulevard, Kentucky border, Kentucky, Tennessee, right in front of the Fort Campbell base at the Eager Beaver. I think that's Miss Cinnamon. So, don't know. Oh, man, what is going on? What is going on, everybody? So, what is going on, Steve White? We've been talking all kinds of rubbish. We've been talking down Frogman and strippers, and DJ Fish had a question, and I don't know. This show's went off the rails so many times. But anyway, what else do we got back here? Let's show some old back bin pickups I picked up this week that I needed for the old collection. I got this Tomb of Dracula, number 20. It's beautiful. Like I told you, I'm working on my Tomb of Dracula run. I should finish it this year. Beautiful book, Tomb of Dracula, number 20. We got this right here. You know, I buy any DC horror I can find. And this one right here just makes me mad looking at it. Because I've had a little girl in my life. I've got a daughter. And here it is. Secrets of Haunted House number 40. She's tearing up all of her toys, and that just makes me mad. This dude back here, he probably works as a vacuum cleaner salesman. He don't make a lot of money, and she is ripping heads off of dolls. Yeah, she's got an anger problem. There is something strange about Charlotte. She's got an anger problem, and she needs an ass whipping. When I would tear up my toys, my mom would beat my ass. And I think Charlotte needs an ass whipping. Charlotte, if you're so mad, you're going to get your ass whipped. All you damn dolls. I'm not buying you no more dolls. I'm not taking you back to Target. You spoiled. You need your ass whipped, Charlotte. That's all you need. This book right here, you need to open it up, and it needs to show this guy just beating her ass in the story. I would love this book. But it probably ain't going to end like that. She's probably ripping off heads, and she's possessed, and she's going to attack these two. And even though she weighs 56 pounds and got arms the size of a damn broomstick, she's probably going to really take these two out too and do a bunch of killing, which that's fine with me too. But that's predicted. I mean, that's what everybody thinks is going to happen. What needs to happen is a little strange ass Charlotte needs to get her ass whipped. That's what I think. And that, it's a good story to learn. We got Ghost Rider 27. And I don't know. I've never seen a monkey with steel feet, but there's a monkey with steel feet, all kinds of crazy shit. Ghost Rider is blazing his ass on fire. Ghost Rider just shot the monkey with steel feet right in the ass with some flames. We got, for some reason, we got a Western guy in the background. We got Hawkeye running from a monkey with his ass on fire. There is a lot going on here. So, and I'm glad to see that my boy Ghost Rider has got a new bike. This one's got a new sissy bars on the back made like a pitchfork. So, a little custom work done on this bike. But I don't know what kind of villain that is with the metal hands, metal feet, metal tail. He's got like a possum tail, but his ass is on fire. So, I don't know. But that's a good one. I needed that one for my run. And this one's beautiful. This one's number 25. And this is one of my favorites. There's a lot of good covers in the Ghost Rider run. This is a good one. So, Mayhem at 180 mile an hour. And I know that old shovelhead can't do 180 mile an hour. So that's got to be the power of Ghost Rider. It's the power. It's the spirit of vengeance making that bike go 180 mile an hour. That's not a normal bike right there. So that thing would blow up probably at about 79 mile an hour if it's just an old shovelhead. So as you can see, he's got the old bike out. He's riding around. Got some people back here scared. He's rolling down 2nd Avenue in Nashville, having a good time, eating some hot chicken. All right, we got number 42. Somebody that is out at night robbing a damn bank car. I don't know many bank cars that go out in the middle of the night. And I don't know many bank cars that's out in the middle of the desert in the middle of the night. But Ghost Rider is not going to let this shit go undone. He's going to take care of some business. So I feel like it's a beautiful cover, but it don't make a lot of sense how that bank car got out in the desert in the middle of the night. So this is number 42. And one more Ghost Rider, number 48. Oh, Ghost Rider wrecked the ride. And he's getting attacked by black bats with giant heads. So not all the covers are great, just some of them. So some of them need a little work. You know what I'm saying? This is one that needs a little work. And then we got House of Secrets, number 122. Beautiful book, but I don't understand it. We got some skeleton hands playing the piano. We got a devil shadow up here. It's like he got lazy. Did they run out of time? Said, I cannot finish the shadow in time, or I can't finish the devil in time. We might as well just make him a shadow. I've got other things to do. So this guy here, he's the pianist, and he's amazed by how good them hands are playing. And looks like they're playing a funeral song. If you read the writing right there, it's playing some funeral song, and he's scared to death. So trashy cover. I needed it for the run. Number 9 of Weird Mystery. Weird Mystery Tales. We got this boy here, the boy with the evil power. And he looks like a saint. He's got on his Chuck Taylor Converse. He's sitting on a log looking like Opie Taylor. And his dad's just getting crushed by a grape ape. I don't know what that is. It's got one octopus arm. It's evil looking. What can I say? But this is House of Mystery number 9. And this is a book I sent Brian, a local comic stud that moved to South Carolina. I sent him this book because he didn't have it. And so then I had to replace mine. This is the Headless Horseman. Headless Horseman rides again. Number 6 of Supernatural Thrillers. Supernatural Thrillers featuring the Headless Horseman rides again. Number 6. He throws his head around. We got smoke coming out the horse's nose. He's a green horse. I don't know what's going on with that, but I like the cover anyway. I don't know why he's throwing his head. He's kind of got the Ghost Rider flaming skull. Then the last book out of this batch I picked up this week was The Monster of Frankenstein number 5. And this is a beautiful cover. It's even better in real life. I mean, we got this boat. It says the monster walks among us. We got the waves hitting the bottom of the boat. We got a hot Betty in a red dress and a stress. She's a hot Betty. He's got her tied to the sails. He said, you ain't gonna know. She can't go nowhere anyway. She's out in the middle of the ocean. But he got her tied down. If Frankenstein knows his shit, he knows what he's doing. This is the Monster Frankenstein. I've been working on this run for a while too. Beautiful book. What can I say? Beautiful book. Beautiful book. Oh, man. Let's get caught up with the chat. I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, man. Exorcism. Yeah. Yep. That's that. He must be talking about the doll cover. Yep. The doll cover. Looks like a metal rat. Totally agree. A golden tail on a rat. His ass is on fire. There's Brian. Was just talking about Brian. My favorite AOK of all time. Don't tell anyone. Dang, Brian, you got to get some better AOKs. That right there is not that great of AOK. I could have sent you a lot more, but that's all you asked for. But thank you for saying that anyway. That's very nice of you. Headless Horseman cover has great art on it. So, Brian, you got a cover with great art on it. All right. Speaking of great art, let's show some great art. Let's show some 2 pre-code horror books. L.B. Cole covers. L.B. Cole is the greatest artist of all time. This is Ghostly Weird Stories number 123, and it's from 1954 of June. And this right here is a beautiful book I've always loved. This is Thing of the Void, Thing from the Void. As you can see, you got this albino swamp yeti. And we got this cover. It's like a black light. You see that? Beautiful black light picture. Sorry about the glare, but we got this beautiful black light picture. We got this little kid getting his face ate off by this albino yeti, swamp yeti. I mean, he's dug deep in these roots. Look how far them roots go behind him. This swamp yeti's got blood all over his face. Beautiful book, beautiful book. Any LB Cole covers I usually pick up. This one here, I love. Still got great color to it. As you can see, it is beautiful. There's probably about the best shot you're going to get of it. So, but as you can tell, I love LB Cole covers. They all look like a black light. And I can imagine this in its heyday when it first came out. It was on the shelf. And just compared to everything else, it was so bright and colorful. How could your eyes not be drawn to these things? LB Cole was the man. I don't know how his nothing else looks like LB Cole. And they say that's what a good artist does. If you can pick out somebody's artwork from somebody else's artwork, they've got their own thing, then that's a good artist. Let's show one more LB Cole cover. This one here is Blue Boat 111 from 1951. This one came out in November. And this one also has the bats on the top of it. Wow. I don't know which one y'all like better, but this one's got a werewolf on it. It's got a lot going on here. If you look at it, we got a skull down here, a candle. We got snakes. We got these guys in the corners here and here. They got on green cloaks. We got this devil man over here. We got some more skulls up here. We got the bats across the top like I always like. And this one's got this one here has got the old werewolf cover with the underbite. So both beautiful books. Don't know which one y'all guys prefer. I love them both. If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick this one. Probably this one. This was a little bit harder to find and usually costs a little bit more. But this is the one I would go with. So, which one y'all like? I don't know. Disney, I love pre-code horror covers too. I need more in my life. LB Cole, a master of his craft. I think I have about every LB Cole I want besides there's 2 I need. And maybe after, I figure January, February, March, I'll probably get my Hulk one. And after that, maybe we go some more LB Cole diving. There's about 3 books on my list, and 2 of them are LB Coles. Let's see. Disney likes the werewolf cover better. Yeah, I agree. I like the werewolf cover. His blue boats are second to none. His blue boats, every one of them is awesome. Every one of them's awesome. So can't beat those for sure. But let's see. I think I answered all the questions today. Showed you a bunch of junk I had laying around here. Made a mess. Hung out with you about an hour. I wanted to come on here and just say hi and talk to everybody, because sometimes I have live shows and I have guests and I just can't talk to everybody. Sometimes I just want to come here and talk to people. But I'm happy to see all y'all. I'm glad you tuned in to see the show. If you got snow and you're usually not getting snow, be careful out there. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I don't know. Like the channel if you like the channel. Hit that dislike button if you didn't like it. Just leave something on here. Thank you, I Love Disney, for saying what you just said. He said, great show, dope. Maybe one time we'll have I Love Disney on here. So if anybody wants to come on the channel, just shoot me a little message, and I can see about we're bringing you on here sometimes. Steve White, the voice of the gods. Steve White from the Great White North. He's probably laughing at me because I'm stranded in my house with about 5 to 7 inches of snow outside, and they've shut down the whole town. Nothing's open. So there's my boy KB chucking the deuce. So I'm going to chuck the deuce right back at y'all. And until the next time, read your comics.